Of course, many of the city's long-standing institutions have been greatly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Saskatoon Public Library is certainly among those that has been directly affected. And while they're doing things somewhat differently now at the Saskatoon Public Library, they're still offering a lot of great programming. Very happy today to be joined by Katie Edwards to tell us a little bit about what's going on. Katie, tell us about some of the great online stuff that you guys are featuring these days.
Oh, very much so, yeah. Most of our programs in the past were in person. A big part of programming at the library is about building community and meeting new people, so that made sense then, but that's not what we want to do anymore. So we're building community online instead. We have, for adults, there are two different book clubs, and both of those are in Facebook groups attached to our Facebook page. One of them is called Deep Reads, so that's more apocalyptic fiction, the kind of serious nitty-gritty stuff. And the
Very
other one is
appropriate for
called,
these times.
right? Well, we found that some people want to go there and some people just want
Absolutely.
to avoid thinking about it. So
Sure.
the other one is called Light and Bright, and that one we take like much lighter reading material, stuff that's not necessarily fluffy, but like humorous, much more like high level. Um, for kids, for older kids, we have Boredom Busters. Those go on Facebook and Instagram every day at noon, and those are different crafts and activities every day that kids can do with stuff that they find around the house. We don't want you running out to the craft store or anything, so it's all very easy, low-key stuff kids can do by themselves. So if you're working or doing something else, keep the kids entertained. We also have daily doodles every day on Facebook and in our Instagram stories. So we provide a drawing prompt and then people respond to that with their drawings. So for instance, draw a flower, draw your view, that kind of stuff. Every day at 2 o'clock, we have dance parties. So normally those are in the library. Right now they have to happen in your house. We have every day a different Spotify playlist that we post, and then you can use it to dance in your house with whoever happens to be around, whether it be your kids or your dog or just on your own. All of those things work. Um, every Thursday, we also have a history mystery program. So that's when we post a photo from our local history collection that we are lacking some kind of information on. So it could be like, where was this photo taken? Or can you identify the person in this photo? And then we try and see if we can crowdsource some info for those. We also have Saskatoon slideshows once a month. So those are developed also by our local history staff. And it is slideshows featuring our local history materials that are narrated by our experts on staff, and they're really fascinating. The next one coming up is all about music in Saskatoon. We also have Storytime online every day, so that goes on Facebook and on YouTube, and that it is what it sounds like. Generally for smaller kids, but we've actually found a lot of grown-ups are watching too and finding a lot of comfort in it. Storytelling is for all ages. But that being said, we've had a bunch of people request Storytime for grown-ups, so we're working on getting that ready as well, and we're also getting ready to launch a baby Storytime online too.
Wow, it sounds like you guys are doing a great job of staying busy. That's fantastic. Sounds like also the best place to maybe get some more information on these programs is through the Facebook page.
Yes, it is. All of our information is on Facebook, and a lot of the programs are there too. You can also check our website. The homepage is being updated all the time with the most up-to-date information.
And another way I guess folks might be looking to keep themselves entertained and occupied during these interesting times is through some of the more traditional materials that you folks lend out. There are still ways to access those, even though people can't physically get their hands on them, they can get them online.
Yes, exactly. So a lot of our services are digital already, but we're working hard to get more of them online as quickly as possible. Digital borrowing is something we've always had, so you can borrow ebooks, audiobooks. We have Flipster, which is just for magazines. We've got a database that has newspapers from all over the world. Almost anything you're interested in reading, we have online for you. There's also Tumble Books, which is kids' picture books as well.
And even before the pandemic rolled around, it was certainly interesting times for libraries, not just in Saskatoon and around the world, as budget cutbacks are happening and maybe the value of libraries is being questioned a little bit. I really hope one of the things that comes out of this whole situation is people realizing just how valuable it is, the work that you folks do.
Oh, I hope so too. The library, I think, is really the heart of the community in Saskatoon, and it's one of the very few really free public places that people can go anymore. We provide so much entertainment and information. I think a lot of people in Saskatoon already recognize that it's a really integral part of the city. Um, if anyone is new to the library, though, they can go to our website and sign up for a digital library card until we've reopened so they can still access everything that we're doing and borrow all of the materials online.
Absolutely. Katie, thanks so much for all the work that you and your colleagues do at the Saskatoon Public Library, not just during these interesting times, but all year round, of course. And as well, thanks for taking a few minutes to chat with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.